Welcome to Talk for 30. Talk for 30 is a platform for individuals to share their life stories, journeys, and passions with us. Today we have a special guest here. Can you tell everybody who you are and about your journey?
My name is Tawanda Higgs Harris. I am a baker, I am a caterer, and I have a new brick and mortar building. My business is Infinite Desserts, but we have a trade name now of Infinite Delights since we moved into the brick and mortar because we are also a restaurant that sells brunch as well.
Tell us where you're located.
We're located at 2906 Peach Orchard Road. That's where the old Philly cheesesteak factory was.
What are your hours of operation?
Our hours of operation are Wednesday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. and on Sunday from 1 p.m. to 8 p.m.
What inspired you to start a restaurant?
I got put on bed rest, funny story. When I was pregnant with my daughter 13 years ago, I was put on bed rest and I didn't have anything else to do, so I started baking. And so people started liking it and asking me to do it, so I was like, hey, I can make this a good side job. So it went from being a side thing to a full-time thing, and I've just been baking and catering ever since.
And I noticed you talked about that in your submission form. You said you started from home as baking. What were some of the things that you initially started out offering?
I just found different ways to do cakes. I remember going to a tasting for a wedding cake and it was nasty. And I was like, how can I fix this? Because a lot, some people's cakes are dry. Some people don't actually give what you ask for. And so I saw that that was a need, and so I wanted to fill that need. And so I started creating things and YouTube University and Googling stuff and trying to figure out what goes with this and how to do that, and looking up different recipes and putting my own spin on recipes, because some recipes are not good. So you put your own flavor in it and like, hey, this works, this don't work, and come up with something, and it just flourished into a business.
That's the great thing about it, customizing and making it your own. When you look at working from home, doing your baking, and now having a physical location, how would you compare the two?
It's a lot. It is a lot. When you're in a brick and mortar, you have overhead. When you're at the house, you pay your regular bills and, you buy the stuff you need as you go. Well, with this, you have people coming in, so you can't really scale what you need. So sometimes you need more of this, sometimes you need less of that. You can't go based off what the week was before. I've had that happen before. And then I overbought on one particular thing because I thought that that's what they were doing. And also brands. A lot of people don't think that the type of food matters. It does. So certain brands have different tastes. And we found that out the hard way with some chicken. And a lot of customers, and I'm glad I asked for feedback from our customers, because they were like, I was like, hey, how is everything? Let us know. And my main motto is, I can't fix it if you don't tell me what's wrong. So I always ask my customers, hey, how is everything? And every customer that comes through there, if I'm there, they see me. And I introduce myself and I ask them, hey, how's everything? How's this going? How's that going? Does everything taste okay? Do you need anything else? And they let me know, hey, this is good, this is good. Or I had one person say, the waffle was a little too doughy. The last time I came, I said, okay, don't worry, we'll fix it. And then the next time he came, he was like, oh yeah, they were spot on, they were perfect. So sometimes we're human. We make mistakes.
That's right.
And if we could give McDonald's and Burger King 50,000 tries after they mess up 150,000 times, let's support small business.
That's
like that.
That's right. A lot of people are not open to criticism. And I'm not going to say negative feedback. Let's just say negative feedback. Negative feedback is a tool that is very vital.
Very much needed.
Successful CEO or brand or business.
It is.
You can call it negative feedback, but like the waffles, if someone told you that, you take that information and you apply it to the next time, because that might have been the first person to say something, but there may have been others that didn't say anything and haven't been back.
That's right.
But you don't know that because they didn't say anything. So anytime you receive any type of reviews or feedback, I think a successful CEO should be open-minded and take that piece of information and build on it.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on that?
I look at it as constructive criticism. And like you said, we can't grow if we don't know what's wrong. And a lot of people don't like to be told that they're wrong.
Right.
And then it's a lot of people that's been walking around doing stuff wrong a lot because they got an amen corner kind of boosting them up. And with food too, some of the stuff is, I don't cook like you cook. Or they, somebody else don't cook like, I had a lady call me before I even opened when we were in the process of getting the building done. And she said, hey, I saw your sign. Are you open yet? I said, no, ma'am, we're not open. We're supposed to open in 2 weeks. She was like, I see you got some shrimp and grits, and I see you sell breakfast. She said, well, I want to come and taste your grits because I make the best grits in the South. I said, okay, that's fine.
To you.
Right, but I'm not trying to be, I just stay in my lane. I'm cooking what I'm cooking. If you enjoy it, I appreciate it. I'm just trying to bring something different to that side of town.
And I think too, that's another issue with other small business when it comes to networking, because that's what Talk for 30 is all about, successful networking. But I think a lot of people don't support each other, and they kind of envy another person coming into the field of doing something that they do.
Yes.
But what they fail to realize, when we network and become one,
That's right.
we triple.
That's right.
We triple and we both succeed.
That's right.
People fail to realize that. They more so think that just because she's in the business and I come into the business, I'm trying to hurt her. And a lot of people are like that.
Yeah.
But not everybody.
That's right.
And I just wish that more people would understand by networking, we help each other, not hurt each other.
We just have to get in a mentality that everybody's not out to get, not out to get you, or not out for personal gain.
That's right.
And we need to normalize it, because a lot of people don't want to ask for help or don't want to ask somebody for something because what happened before. Oh, they took my ideas before. Oh, they did this before. I done had so many ideas taken.
Me too.
I just stopped talking.
Me too.
But that don't stop me from asking for help when
That's
I
right.
need it. And I don't have that mentality, oh no, I got it, I'm good. I used to do that. I used to be that person. I said, I need to normalize, because I'm blocking my blessings. That's another thing too. People could actually be wanting to help you and take you further, and a lot of people are stuck where they are because they didn't want to ask for help, or they rejected help that they did need.
Right. What was your experience when you were at Helms College? How was that?
It was really fun. It was really fun. My first instructor was the head chef at Doctor's Hospital.
Okay.
And he was, I think he was British, but he had an accent. And he was really, really nice, and he taught us knife skills and stuff like that. And then after that, he moved. But I had a lot of other chefs that taught us like vital stuff. And the people that I went to school with who were in my class and stuff like that, they were super hilarious. They were super fun. I learned a lot about vegan food from one of the girls that was in my class. And so a lot of my vegan stuff that I make, or that I have created, are inspired by her.
Okay. We're definitely going to speak more on that as well. What skills or lessons do you feel impact you with that experience that you utilize now with your business?
Definitely knife skills.
Okay.
Wording, verbiage. Verbiage can be the make or break of a deal, because people, if you say certain things to certain people, they know you know what you're talking about. If I just come in like the lady that does charcuterie to go. A lot of people don't call it charcuterie. Growing up where I grew up, it was a cheese and cracker tray. Well, it's a charcuterie board when you add different stuff and you're doing this. And I'm thinking it's just an hors d'oeuvre tray, because that's what I've called it all my life. And so when I went to culinary art school and learned about charcuterie boards and learned about mise en place and stuff like that, a lot of that helps you land deals.
It helps you grow, right? Share your menu with us.
Okay, so we have wings. We have a 6-piece, 8-piece, and a 10-piece, and you can also get those in a combo. And we have our vegan menu. We have a vegan burger. We also have a vegan breakfast. It has a tofu scramble. It has Beyond sausage, and we also have Dave's Killer vegan bread. So everything on that in there is vegan.
Okay.
We also have shrimp and grits, and we make the roux ourselves.
Can't wait to try that.
We have our salmon croquet and grits, and it's not canned salmon. It's cut up Atlantic and pink salmon fillets, and we season them together and, you know, mix them up and bring them to you.
Okay.
And we also have, you know, our standard breakfast. We call it the delightful breakfast. That's your regular. You get 2 meats, your grits, your eggs, and toast, and you could also get it a croissant. We also have a bougie bologna sandwich that comes on a croissant.
Bougie.
That's because it's on a croissant.
Okay, I like the bougie. Okay, so basically you answered a couple questions for me, because I was going to ask you about signature dishes, which you just shared, and also about your vegan options. So you just shared that as well. Do you feel COVID has impacted your industry?
It very much so did.
Okay.
It impacted the industry. I was in the industry at that time, but I was still doing it out of my house, and I was still mainly cakes. For me, it really didn't impact me that much because people were still having weddings. They just weren't having it at the venues. They changed it to their houses because the venues were closed. But I was still doing personal things and private things. And when people were having the drop-ins, the drive-by birthday parties, I would still do the cakes and the cupcakes for them. So I was pretty busy because everybody was home.
What precaution methods have you put in place to ensure safety for not only you, but your staff and your customers?
As far as COVID or just, we make sure that we wash our hands. We make sure that we have gloves on all the time. I for one, my hands stay dry because I wash them all the time.
A lot of washing hands.
We have, you know, wear the mask in the back while we're preparing the food, even though I know they removed the mask mandates. But we also still try to make sure that we maintain those key things to make sure that everybody feels safe.
Okay. When you look at other small businesses in your same industry, do you feel there's room for networking? And do you feel support from other small businesses?
Yes.
Okay.
In my field, I do a lot of networking because sometimes someone may ask me to do something and I'm not able to accommodate them at the time. So I do pass that business along because I still want to help them.
Right.
Even though I'm not able to do it. Like my birthdays, my kids' birthdays, and then sometimes for my birthday, I don't feel like doing it.
That's right.
And so I get somebody else to come in and do it. So I do network with other businesses for those.
And that's what I was going to ask you. Have you ever collaborated with another business to do one project?
I think I have. Well, for Masters, I work with a lady named Megan. She has a business called Creative Cuisine, and so she has this clientele, and she gets these houses. Well, you know, the people that come in for Masters, they rent the houses out, and then they ask her to, you know, get the food for them and prepare the meals for them. So for her during Masters, I'm an in-house chef. So when they, I think I go about whatever time the house starts to run, which normally is about when they come off the golf course between 3 and 5. So I either come in at 2 something or I come in at 3:30, and I'll go in and I'll start preparing the meal before they get there or while they're there. And I'm pretty much an in-house chef for their dinner for that night.
Okay. I think collaboration is good. A lot of business, like I said, don't like to network because they think they're hurting each other, but it's always it can be a great outcome. It can be.
And it's some things that other people might be able to do that you're not able to do.
Right.
And some stuff you could probably learn from them as well.
That's right. Learn from each other. Since you started the restaurant industry, have you noticed anything changed as far as the rules and regulations?
Oh yes, definitely. I say Richmond County is like one of the hardest places to do food service. But some of the regulations, I think because of the food trucks and stuff now becoming more popular, you know, they were already popular in different states and different cities because we lived in Charlotte. And in Charlotte there is a food truck almost on every corner. And here, not so much so. So a lot of the things now, I guess they're starting to change to be more geared toward food trucks and more of what other people want and want to bring it to Augusta. And just making sure that everybody stays healthy. Since COVID, a lot of the Serve Safe stuff has changed, so I had to retake my Serve Safe class because of COVID, and make sure that we were implementing those things as well.
Okay. Do you deliver or provide online ordering or catering?
We are coming up to the online ordering, but yes, we do deliver. We do our own delivery. I heard horror stories of other deliveries, but we do our own delivery. And if you order four meals or more, or 4 people or more order, your delivery is free. Okay,
you heard that. That's just a family meal. Order for everybody and delivery is free. Tell us about your team.
I have an amazing team. A lot of the times, I don't think that I would be able to make it without them. At this point, I can't really fully remember a time that I didn't have them, because I depend on them so much. They make my workload a lot easier because I'm able to do clerical stuff and reach out to people and do catering contracts and do the secretarial part of things. And I do have somebody that does my social media for me and my stuff like that.
You really got a team.
And I have amazing cooks. I have amazing wait staff. It's really, really good. And my daughter comes in and helps sometimes.
Good.
And she really, really loves it, and everybody loves her.
That's perfect. I think having a team helps you get to that next level.
Yes, my husband has also been a great support. He comes in and out. Yes. But he comes in and out, and he helps, and he fill in where he needs to, and help get people on track or help get me on track. I'll be the one off track. I'm like, hey, did you do this? Did you forget to do that? So really, he keeps me straight, and then I keep them straight.
I have to agree with you on that. A lot of things that are in my life, personal, business wise, my spouse is my rock. And when I say rock, when things are difficult for me, or I'm stressed at the moment, or whatever the case is, he's my go-to.
Yes.
Because he knows how to calm you right on down.
Yes.
Sometimes I have to look at him though.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
I know it comes from an honest place, because he's going to be honest with me now. He's going to be honest. But I always have to tell him, it's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Yes, ma'am.
It makes a big difference. A big difference. But other than that, yes, he's definitely my rock. So shouts out to Reggie. He's holding his hands up, by the way, y'all. Let's talk about family. So you did mention that you're married. How many children do you have?
We have 4 kids. We have 3 boys and 1 girl.
Okay, nice. What are the age ranges?
24 to 13. So we have a 24, a 16, a 17, and a 13.
I have a 24-year-old as well. I have 3 children. What do you do to relax and reflect?
I like going to the beach. The beach is my safe haven. It's my happy place. The water, just the openness. And a lot of times we go out to the beach, and like early in the morning, they'll still be asleep. And I let him know, hey, babe. Or I let him know the night before, hey, I'm going out to the beach by myself. And that peace and that serenity, like when no one's out there. And it's just peaceful.
How long have you been married?
Been married 14 years.
14 years, good.
14 years. We just had an anniversary, June 13th.
At this very moment, do you feel you made the best decision by opening your physical location?
I do believe I did, but sometimes, the enemy try to come in and play tricks on your mind and say, hey, this ain't gonna work, this ain't gonna work. And a lot of times I have to go, like you said, to my rock. And he be like, listen, you got this, it's okay, don't worry about it. But you don't know. And he be like,
let's see what with that.
Yes. And then he listens to me, and then once I finish ranting and raving and crying and snotting and everything else I gotta do, he'll say, nah, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, I'm fine. And
just need to vent.
It's gonna be all right.
People say strangers will support you faster than family and friends. What are your thoughts on that?
I would say certain family and friends. A lot of my family has been a big support. A lot of my family come in on a regular basis.
Good.
Even my mom will not let me not let her pay for anything.
That's mama.
She's like, you're in business. You're not doing this just because you need to be there. And my mother-in-law, she comes in, and my father-in-law, they come in and they support. I have my sister-in-laws, my brothers, and a lot of family support.
That's good. That's good because not a lot of people do. Mm-hmm. Not a lot of people do.
And the ones that don't or haven't yet, that's on them.
Yeah, it's on them. It's on them. Talk for 30 is all about success. Wanting to be successful means that you need to set a goal to get to the next level. Do you have goals set in place to take you to the next level?
I do. A couple of my goals. One is to be in the at least top 20 on Google before the end of the year. So when you Google it, we'll be on between the first and second page. Another one of my goals for this year is I have another brand coming out hopefully soon. So that's in the works and that's in the makes. So I'll be back to talk about that when it do come to fruition.
We get it first.
And just to keep building up clientele.
Okay. I hope everyone enjoyed this episode. Thank you, Tawanda, for being here with me on Talk for 30. Before we go, I do want to play a little game with you. It's called This or That. Okay, I'm going to ask you a couple questions and you just choose one. If you choose to pass, let me know, but you already know the rules. $1 million home or 50 acres of land?
50 acres, definitely.
Okay. Lose sleep or skip a meal?
Skip a meal.
Okay.
I need my sleep.
Short, passionate romance or peaceful, long-term relationship?
Peaceful, long-term relationship.
Loyalty or respect?
Loyalty.
Regrets or no regrets?
No regrets.
No regrets. List 3 words that describe you.
Fun, outgoing, talkative.
What makes you happy?
My family.
Your family. All right. And what values are most important to you?
Family.
Her family. Mine too. Mine too. Well, thank you so much, Tawanda, for being here. Let everybody know again how they can find you on social media or your physical location.
You can find us on Facebook at Infinite Delights BC&E. We are on Twitter. We are on Snapchat. We are on Instagram. If you go to our Facebook, the Instagram link will be there.
I would like to personally thank my team for making this all come through for me today. That's Lisa, Kayla, Kendra, Reggie, and Victoria. And of course, thank you, Tawanda, for being here.
Thank you for having me.
I hope that this episode provided someone with some impactful information that they could use to get their business started, to be successful. Remember, to be successful means to plan, organize, and conquer.
That's right.
And if you have a dream, just know that only you can make that dream become your reality. Only you. If you want to talk, if you want to sit down with me, contact me and let's talk for 30. Peace.
Let's talk for 30. Where you at on your journey? Tell me what you learning. What's your line of business? How you make your earnings? Do you give back to your city or educate the ones that listen? Time to show them how to get it. Give the people what they missing. Let's talk for 30. 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 Drina. Let's talk for 30. Where you at on your journey? Tell me what you learning. What's your line of business? How you make your earnings? Do you give back to your city or educate the ones that listen? Time to show them how to get it. Give the people what they missing. Let's talk for 30. Let's talk for 30. Let's talk for 30. Let's talk for 30. What's your line of business? How you make your earnings? Let's talk for 30. Drina.